Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Black Widow. So we're finally here. This is the start of phase 4 for the movies. We've had a few TV shows, but this is where it starts for the movies really. I don't have too high expectations for this. I imagine it's just kind of a very standard Marvel movie. I feel like it's going to kind of just follow the Marvel formula quite a bit. But if it doesn't, even better. It's just great to finally have a Marvel movie again after 2 years of nothing almost. So before we get into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find full-length timer-based reactions, 1 week early access, and polls so you can vote for what's next. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm excited to finally get a bit more backstory for Black Widow as well. And then there's a few more characters they're introduced here. Yelena, the one David Harbour's playing, and Taskmaster, which is really cool. He's such a cool villain, so it's cool to see him on the big screen finally. He's got such a great power. Is one of these Yelena? Because if there's 95, that might add up time-wise.
What happened? She fell on her knee. Come on, time for dinner.
So I think I recognize the mum there, and she's like Yelena's mum. Was it Yelena? And then there's this other sister.
Dad's.
Yes, David Harbour. Okay, is one of these Natasha then?
How long do we have?
I don't know. Like an hour maybe.
An hour? Do they have to leave somewhere? Back to Russia maybe?
Don't say that. You remember when I told you that one day we would have that big adventure?
Yay!
She doesn't want to go.
Fruit roll-ups in the car.
Okay, so have they been hiding out in America and then now have been found out?
No, leave it. Go wait in the car.
Just abandoning their life here altogether.
You have it?
Yeah.
It's the only copy?
The only one not on fire.
Okay, so he was just on a mission or something?
Where are we going? Home.
I'm trying to figure out who the two kids are. Is one Yelena and one Natasha, or is one Yelena and one someone else? Because there's kind of a mystery over who Taskmaster is. And I think it maybe is this girl with the blue hair.
Come on, Yelena, hurry up, baby.
Yelena. Okay, so the little girl is Yelena. Oh, they're getting in a plane. Wow.
Why isn't Dad in the plane? He's coming, baby, he's coming.
Is the dad going to get left there or something? Oh, wow. Yeah, we knew he was strong from the trailers. He's got like the Russian super soldier serum or whatever they were trying to make it. Oh, he's going to get left behind. Oh, Shield looking for them. I mean, he is quick though, because he's like a super soldier, right? So he might be able to catch up to them.
Hit the accelerator there.
It's a good action-packed intro. It's what you expect, isn't it?
Go back, you can do it. Go back, all your strength.
Is it Natasha? They haven't said a name yet. Okay, I thought they'd be going to Russia, but they're off somewhere tropical.
Get up, Mommy. You know it makes you stronger.
Please, I beg you, no more undercover work. I'll get back in the action. I want my suit back. Did you get it?
What was he guessing then?
Daddy! Get away from her! Don't touch her! I will kill you! I don't want to go back there. She's only 6.
You were even younger.
Oh, she's already had the Red Room training, and she doesn't want her sister to have to go through that.
Because my girls are the toughest girls in the world. That one, she has fire in her. What was her name? Natasha.
Okay, so it's Natasha. Oh yeah, you can see the red hair peeking through the blue. They're all getting shipped somewhere. Smells like Teen Spirit. Okay, so is this the guy who's in charge of the Red Room? All the training? That's Ray Winston. I was wondering if it was.
The Red Room is your home now.
These guys look like Taskmaster a bit. Their costumes. Does Taskmaster work for this guy in the future then, maybe? I do like the vibe of this. It's quite dark so far, actually. Oh, the target was the Black Widow logo. This is the cool montage. They're doing experiments on them and stuff. Oh, okay. You to learn his name. I just know it was Ray Winston at the moment, but he was there with Bill Clinton. This is a great opening. It doesn't feel like an MCU film. It feels like something else. I need to know when on the timeline this takes place. Obviously before she dies, but is it like post-Civil War, before Civil War? Is it post-Infinity War when everyone's dead? Oh, okay.
Alright.
Bringing Ross back. Because we are kind of setting up a Thunderbolts, aren't we? So bringing Ross back makes sense for that if he's going to become Red Hulk for the Thunderbolts.
Romanoff is in violation of the Sokovia Accords. She assaulted the king of Wakanda.
Okay. So this is just after Civil War, maybe?
You're embarrassing yourself. It looks desperate.
From my vantage point, you look like you could use some bed rest.
He's got a cane.
Second triple bypass?
We got Barton, we got Wilson, and the other guy, the incredible shrinking convict.
So this is during Civil War, kind of, just as Steve is going to where he fights Zemo and Tony, right? Oh, she's in a completely different place. How much does the world know of the Avengers? Because she must be kind of famous. But would people recognize her? Yelena?
Target waiting for the firing in place of 3.
Yeah, Yelena.
He's on foot with the package. Stay high. I'm going to ground.
So how long have they been separated? Do they actually know each other and know that each other are still alive? Oh. She's still not giving up the package, whatever it is. Ooh. Some red mist. Does it stop a mind?
The others.
Does it stop, like, she's like being mind controlled and that stops it?
Elena, we need a status report.
Removing a tracker, wow. But has Natasha already had that done to her? Okay, so Taskmaster is the one is hunting them down. And he was just watching Clint and T'Challa fight, right? Is that like uploading the data? Does Taskmaster actually have the ability to copy people's data? Or is it just like uploaded and uses technology? Because I prefer if he actually had the powers rather than if they used technology to do it. Okay, so it's like common knowledge.
You got passports, entry visas, A couple of local driver's licenses.
What's all this junk?
Oh, just some mail and personals from the Budapest safe house.
No, it's Budapest.
Budapest.
Budapest safe house.
Whatever, I knew you weren't going back there, so I've got someone else in the back.
And one of those looked like the box that Yelena was going after. Did they really have to have her arse in frame for that whole thing? Okay. Fuel leaking there. Is this Taskmaster? Okay, yeah. Was he like scanning something there? It's probably better if you jump into get into the water. It depends how far the fall is. Is the shield actually vibranium? That's what I want to know. You should just take it. Oh, getting the shield back. Okay. It doesn't seem to do damage to the shield. He covers it, yeah. Okay, so it is scanning. It's using technology. But the suit doesn't look like it's enhanced in any way, so it's not like when Tony scanned Bucky in Civil War. Yeah, probably got sensors all around. Ooh, that are they enhanced super soldier serum? Because that was a strong kick. I'm gonna swing back down. Yeah, it's good to see Net using the shield as well. Oh, it's empty anyway. Does Nat have all the stuff? Oh, she does have it. And it's Yelena. Back in Budapest. We're not going to find out what actually happened with her and Clint here though, are we? What I imagine it is she was on a mission to get Clint, or he was on a mission to get her. Something like that.
So we're gonna talk like grown-ups?
Is that what we are?
They mirror each other's movements, but I don't know if that's because they've had the same training, or Yelena could be Taskmaster, but I don't think she would be. It doesn't make sense for what just happened. Oh. She's got a stapler. That was a cool shot, the overhead shot. You know, they instantly just distrusted each other and started fighting. They could have just talked, you know?
What bullet does that?
Not bullets, arrows.
The synthetic gas, the counteragent to chemical subjugation. I kept checking the news, expecting to see Captain America bringing down the Red Room.
Yeah, she never went after the Red Room.
Taking down the Red Room? What are you talking about? It's been gone for years.
No.
Dreykov's dead. We rigged bombs.
Who's we?
Clint Barton. Killing Dreykov was the final step in my defection to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. So her and Clint blew him up, but he probably expired this explosion.
Took 10 days in hiding before we could even get out of Budapest.
And you checked the body?
The arrows were Clint.
There was no body left to check.
Yeah, exactly.
You're forgetting Dreykov's daughter.
His daughter. Is this going to be Taskmaster again? You know, we don't actually know what gender Taskmaster is, so Taskmaster could be Dreykov's daughter. She has some traps set up already. Is that the one who was working with Yelena earlier? You gotta try and write it down.
Let me help you.
No. Oh, her leg. Oh, those are just like her things that she has.
I
Oh, she's just gonna take herself out.
He's making.
Yeah, you can just terminate them whenever he wants. Oh, her necklace is a little arrow. And that was her teammate. Whoa, that was going in real quick. Just drove right through him. It's difficult because they all have the same training as Nat and Yelena, don't they? Oh, that was good. Where did we focus on her eyes there? Is she gonna come back up, whoever that one was? His Taskmaster and his tank. Is Taskmaster like the ultimate Red Room soldier? So it seems like he has a ton of weapons that just kind of fold away. Yeah, that's just like Clint. Oh, and it landed on top of it. How do you counteract Taskmaster then if they can know all of your moves?
No, not now, trust me.
Yeah, it's best to just run. I guess you can sneak up on Taskmaster. That'd be a way to defeat them. Take the shield. What are they doing? It's one of his best weapons. Oh, you can just follow the blood. Have they actually gone under?
This is cozy.
Barton and I spent 2 days hiding out up here.
That must have been fun.
Oh, it's like the exact spot.
You killed her.
I had to.
Okay. She killed Dreykov's daughter while everything happened. Oh, again a flashback.
Dreykov's daughter was collateral damage.
So that makes it personal.
All clear.
So he wants the gas because he doesn't want all of the Red Room soldiers defecting.
Red Room's still active. Where is it?
I do love how international the MCU films are. They're always in different locations. It's not just always America. Although it does seem like they don't really go to South America that much, do they?
You aren't really my sister.
Oof.
And the Avengers aren't really your family.
This thing that you do when you whip your hair.
I thought she was talking about the thing where she wraps around the head.
It's a fighting pose. You're a total poser.
I'm not a poser.
That guy is just completely out of it.
I'm not the killer that little girls call their hero.
Ooh. I like that, pushing back against how they're idolized almost.
You're fully conscious, but you don't know which part is you. I'm still not sure. Did you ever look for your parents? The real ones?
Well, my mom abandoned me in the street like garbage.
Okay, so they're not actual sisters, yeah.
So I reinvented it. My parents still live in Ohio.
Her actual parents live in Ohio.
Is that right?
You're a science teacher. You're working part-time, though.
Oh, because she recreated a birth certificate. Okay.
I want a dog.
Bring up the kids thing again. I wonder if they'll handle it better in here. She just didn't answer the question. Yeah, I feel like this movie is just kind of misplaced. We should have got this after Civil War, you know? Not now. It's kind of bittersweet knowing that Nat's dead.
I have the nuclear code.
Oh, okay. Is he in prison? He wants to fight Cap to see if he's stronger, because he's a super soldier as well.
That he carries with him like a precious baby blanket, you know? I use it to my advantage. I take it, I push him out the window.
Oh, is he telling a story about how he fought Cap?
83, 84.
Cap was in the ice there.
And in ice then. Are you calling me a liar or something? Huh?
Oh. What is his tattoos? He got Carl on one side. Got something in it to help him escape. Yeah. An earpiece, was that?
Today's your lucky day, Alexi. Go left.
So she's wearing her white suit for the to blend in with the snow. But he's a super soldier, he can get past all of these people easy. How high can he jump? Can he jump up? Oh yeah.
He's never going to make it.
Get me closer.
Is she gonna drop down in? What's she doing? I'll just put it on autopilot. She just started an avalanche with that. And this is right in the base, and he's like in a pit as well, so that would just get, you know, flooded by the snow. What are you gonna do now? Obviously you're not gonna leave him. I'll swing back around and Nat picks him up at the last second, yeah. I like that, the little yes.
Oh, you can't hear me, huh?
I feel like I did that on purpose.
Oh, Johnny, oh. Is it your time of the month?
I don't get my period, dipshit. I don't have a uterus.
Yeah.
I could have been more famous than Captain America. Then he buries me in Ohio on that stupid mission.
Thought she was dead.
Bah, you cannot kill a fox that swift.
I don't think we have enough fuel for St. Petersburg.
It's important.
About Captain America.
Did he talk to you about me?
What are you talking about?
Captain America. My great adversary in this. You both have killed so many people.
And that's how we measure success.
Honey, we're home.
So how much of a family were they really? So they were there in Ohio for 3 years together, but they weren't like, they're not an actual family, are they? But it's the closest thing Nat has.
Are there any booby traps around here? Anything we need to know about?
I didn't raise my girls to fall in traps.
You didn't raise them.
Oh, he's putting on his old suit.
It still fits. Family. Back together again. I just got out of prison. I have a lot of energy.
I love how he's the most committed to the family thing.
We didn't steal weaponry or technology. We stole the key to unlocking free will.
And that's what was used against them.
Do you know who they tested on?
Tested it on her.
You were his partner.
Yeah, look at her face.
And you're a coward.
It's like Yelena romanticizes her time in Ohio so much, and now she knows that it was used against her. Like, the info that they got from it is used to make her into what she is now.
It was real to me. You are my mother. You were my real mother.
Yeah.
The best part of my life was fake.
They didn't tell her till she got to the Red Room. Yeah. Yelena was waiting for Nat to go back and save everyone with the Avengers, you know? But she never did.
I was taken.
I believe a bargain was struck.
Oh, okay. So her real mother is out there somewhere.
Dreykov had her killed.
Ah, okay. Oh, that was the book.
Why did you save this?
Yeah, why did she? How did she? When did she?
Do you know I was cycled through the Red Room 4 times before you were even born?
Cycle through 4 times.
Tell me, how did you keep your heart?
Pain only makes us stronger. Didn't you tell us that?
Yeah, it was her who
Torment kept me alive.
kept her. Yeah.
I thing you care about are your stupid glory days as the Crimson Dynamo, and no one wants to hear about it.
It's the Red Guardian.
Yeah, Crimson Dynamo is another hero though, isn't it? Oh, just tranquilizing them. They're just trying to capture them. Has that already been hit by one, or is she faking it or something?
I'm sorry.
But they're taking them to the Red Room now, so, you know, they can escape being caught. They can destroy the place and potentially kill Dreykov once and for all. Wow, all of that, he was the first to wake up.
Now you'll know how Dreykov stayed above the radar.
Has he got a flying base? Is it like a helicarrier type thing? Base in the sky? Is it a flying base or is it just like a tall tower? It's hard to tell. Is it a tower? No, I think it is just flying. Is there a way they can release the gas through those vents at the top to everyone? I'm surprised the interior looks like this. I thought it would be super high-tech sci-fi. Yeah, I reckon Taskmaster has to be his daughter.
Cut the brain out. Identify the weakness.
So they literally open up their head and do surgery on their brain.
She turned her back on her people.
So they're going to try and brainwash Yelena, but not Natasha. Oh, wow. Okay. Bringing back that technology.
Natasha,
So that's not Natasha.
how did you do that?
I designed these cells myself.
What?
Where did they get the wigs from, though?
A 2-inch blade concealed in your belt line.
What?
Ooh. What was she stabbed with there? Was that a anesthetic? Oh, it wasn't injected into her though, it was just stabbed in.
I'm running.
You are aware.
Oh, she just had a whole thing of wigs.
We can descend within the hour. Problem.
Okay, so this was all planned together.
Killed your daughter.
Is this your haunted past? Really? You gave me my greatest weapon.
Yeah, that's his daughter, isn't it? Is her face all burnt and stuff from the explosion? Yeah.
I had to put a chip in the back of her neck.
It's cool because it makes it a bit more personal, her being the villain. Or Taskmaster being the villain.
She watches everything. And she fights just like all of your friends.
You just sent away the one thing that would stop me from killing you.
Try then. Do it.
Yeah, is she still is she like incapable of doing it?
Try your life.
She could be acting this. I don't know. The only reason it worked before was because she was giving the command to someone else. It wasn't her. It wasn't her physically doing it when she tried to blow him up before.
It prevents you from committing violence against me.
Oh, that's just like T'Challa. Taskmaster doesn't have super soldier serum, super strength.
That was disgusting.
Oh, she was going to try and land it. But yeah, okay. I reckon the whole thing is going to get blown up and fall to the ground.
No one's noticed, then why even do it?
Oh.
Nothing. You have nothing.
Yeah, she can't physically attack him, but she can mentally scar him and...
Easier to be tough in front of defenseless little girls, huh?
Oh. Is she just buying time? Or is this... What's she up to here? Is this going to break the thing that stops her being able to attack him?
I don't need to impress anyone.
If she's far enough away from him, she can kill him as well, because it's just the pheromones it's based off, isn't it? Is this all of the widows that he has?
Using the only natural resource that the world has too much of. Girls.
Okay. You you know, it wasn't too like on the spot up until now, but that line was just
Thank you for your cooperation.
As long as we can smell him, we won't be able to hurt him.
but punched in the nose.
You weren't quite strong enough, so
She's gonna slam her head against the table.
Sever the nerve.
Okay, so we activated an alarm. Oh, it's a grenade launcher. Oh, okay, she got out of that. I thought that might have been a sacrifice.
Never gonna do that to anybody ever again.
Oh, okay, of course, all the widows come to save him. You know, they're all pretty much equal in terms of fighting ability, aren't they? Well, they should be at least. Oh, she's just using this taser things. Oh. This is pretty brutal. Yeah, okay. There is some tension that's lost there because we know that Nat lives, you know, but there we go. Mind control is erased. I think it would be a more fitting death if all of them kill Dreykov at once, you know, they all should work to kill Dreykov instead of just one person killing him.
you get to make your own choices now.
There's still widows all over the world though, but if they kill Dreykov, there's no one to control them anymore. Oh, she got his ring. Is she gonna deactivate all of the other ones? Yeah. Oh, you see her nose was actually broken there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Are Red Guardian and Melina still around in modern day? Do they get out of this? I don't know. Oh, those guards jumped off after them.
I'm gonna open the door. You're gonna come after me. It's okay. It's okay.
And I'm not gonna leave you. Okay.
Yeah, trying to appeal to her humanity, but it's not gonna work just yet, is it? It takes a bit of time. It's gonna take a bit of time for her to crack through. Oh, but Nat can use one of those vials on her, maybe?
This was fun! No!
Oh no, Yelena survived that. She has to. That has to be Dreykov done now. Oh, did she just grab a second one? Is that what that was? Wow. Yeah, of course. We saw all that from the trailer, kind of gave it away. The mid-air fight that they have. I hope Taskmaster makes it out of this alive, because the power is so cool. It's a waste for her to get killed after just one movie, one appearance.
Let's go.
The thing is, Nat has seen all the Avengers fight as well, so she might know certain ways to work around them. She needs to use that vial she had on it. Okay, that opened the mask. Mask off, yeah. I saw it on the floor, yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have come back for you.
You don't have to say that. It's okay.
It was real to me too.
Yeah.
Everybody good?
I wonder what they've been up to, you know, while everything else happens, what they do after this.
We're closing in on the target, sir.
Oh, okay. How did they get here so quick?
Then I guess you should take this. I know how much you like it.
Do we see her wearing that later on? Is Yelena gonna be leading the other widows now? It's gonna end here. Okay. one final flashback. And she's dyed her hair.
Where are you gonna go?
It's funny, my whole life I didn't think I had any family. Turns out I got two, so.
Because her, Sam, and Cap were all on the run together, weren't they? Because that's when in Infinity War they went in to help Vision and Wanda. So she's got to go meet Cap and Sam at some point. It's weird, it felt like there was almost two endings there. The last one, it should have ended on her, just her face, and then they added this in. I don't know. Oh, a little play on the Avengers theme. Nat doesn't really have her own theme song, does she? Oh, and the Fireflies. Okay. That's a good callback. Do you know what's great about Disney Plus? I can just skip to see if there's an end credit scene instead of having to sit through the whole thing. What's this going to be then? Set up for more Phase 4 maybe? Oh, is this their original mother's grave? Oh. Nat's grave post Endgame. I was thinking if we got the whistle in return and it was like revealed that she's still alive, but I wouldn't want them to do that. I think they should keep her dead. Oh, Madame Hydra, Val. Or is that Melina?
What?
Yeah, Madame Hydra.
Woman did. Honestly, I can't even imagine.
It's supposed to be bothering me on my holiday time, Valentina.
Oh, they know each other.
Okay.
I want a raise.
Oh yeah, you and me both.
So they're already working together.
I've got your next target. Thought a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death.
So Yelena's going after Clint? Going after Clint. But Clint must be able to convince her that him and Natasha were friends. What?
Okay, so I'm redoing the discussion because I was kind of rushing it, but I didn't get my points across as best I could. I was in editing and I just wasn't happy with it, so I'm going to redo it. I might splice in some of my other discussion bit just to, if there's any points there that I missed here. So what I really liked Yelena and Red Guardian. I feel like David Harbour and Florence Pugh really stole the show here. And it's great that Florence Pugh, it seems, is going to be kind of carrying on the mantle further down the line. I thought David Harbour was hilarious. All of, the stuff with him in the prison and all of his stories about Captain America, but it was all kind of lies, He was just having a lot of fun with the role here, This is his second comic book film because he did Hellboy, which wasn't great. But this one, it just seemed like he got a lot more chance to just goof around, him being, this big Russian guy. It was just fun to see, like, him, all his tattoos and everything. I do wonder if Yelena will keep her accent throughout the movies, because that's something that happened with Scarlet Witch as well, where she slowly lost the accent. I think just like from an acting standpoint, it's a lot harder to keep an accent for a prolonged period of time, especially over like a series of movies like this. I really liked all of the backstory stuff that we got right at the start, but I wish we had got even more of that. Maybe a few more scenes kind of sprinkled in throughout the movie as like maybe Nat's remembering stuff or Yelena's remembering stuff or something like that. So we got a bit more like, you got to see even more of their relationship when they were kids, maybe we saw Yelena, how she looked up to Nat and things like that, and how Nat helped Yelena, and just a bit more of a relationship between them as kids. So then it makes everything happening in the modern day even more heartbreaking, I really liked the opening credit sequence. It really set a cool kind of, spy tone, and there was a lot of cool stuff in that. They had that Smells Like Teen Spirit remix, which was cool. it really set like a cool tone. I don't feel like the movie stuck to that tone completely for the whole thing, but it was still a really cool sequence. Then all of the stuff with Taskmaster, all of that action with Taskmaster was really great. You know, there was that sequence where they were sliding down the escalators, and Taskmaster was throwing the shield, and seeing, you know, all of the different techniques that Taskmaster has stolen from other characters was cool. But I do feel like Taskmaster was kind of underused. I wish she just had a bit more personality, you know? I understand that she was under control of Dreykov. You know, at the start it was fine, but maybe once she had taken the helmet off and we see who she is, you know, she never speaks a line in the whole movie, so it's really hard to relate to her or get any character from her. So I feel like if we'd just given her some lines and things, because, you know, other characters were controlled by Dreykov, but still had lines and a certain amount of free will. So I feel like that would be an improvement on what we got with her. I wish maybe during her fight with Nat, we could see that she still had some emotion in there. Like, she was doing all these actions, but you could see through her facial expressions that she didn't want to, and she was trying to fight back. We got a bit of that happening with Nat when she was trying to attack Dimitri and couldn't. I like that they kept Taskmaster alive. You know, I kind of saw the twist coming with who it was, but I like that they're still alive, and there's a potential for them to show up in other movies, maybe as part of the Thunderbolts, because in the end credit scene we saw Val recruiting Yelena for the Thunderbolts. So now the Thunderbolts can be, you know, it's probably going to be John Walker, Yelena, maybe Taskmaster, maybe Ross, or Abomination, like one of those. I imagine what they'll do, they'll have 6 characters and they're all kind of counters to the Avengers. They're all like counters to the original 6. And I wonder if the Thunderbolts, if, you know, the public will perceive them as good. I don't know yet. And then with Dreykov in general, I feel like he was quite weak as a villain. You know, there's a clear allegory here for him controlling women and kind of misogyny and the patriarchal society. You know, there's quite a clear allegory here. And I feel like they could have handled it a bit better. There was this line he had about how the most useless thing in the world were girls, and it was just so, like, on the nose. It just kind of took me out for a second there, like, took me out of the experience. He just felt very one-dimensional and flat. He was just after power, and we didn't really get any motivation from him. I feel like it would have been better if he was actually really charming and had personality and was funny, because that would make it even scarier about how easy it is for him to manipulate these women, you know what I mean? Him being outright evil, it's not quite as good as if, you know, he actually had some personality and some motivation, because that makes it even scarier and even, you know, a bit more true to life. I saw it coming with Taskmaster being the daughter, and I did like how, you know, it works for the story, creating this connection between her and Nat. But again, I just wish we had a bit more personality from her. I feel like that's kind of the weakest thing of the movie, is the villains and their motivation, because they're just kind of outright evil. You know, if the motivation for Taskmaster was revenge for Nat for blowing her up, that would be great, but that's not really, because she's just being controlled by Dreykov. This is just an idea, but I feel like it maybe could have been cool if Red Guardian had a bit more to do with Dreykov's plan, because, you know, the betrayal coming from someone closer to you would fit the allegory of kind of manipulation and things a bit more, because, you know, a lot of times with sexual assault and rape, it's the people closest to you, actually. It's not just random strangers. I know there's some stat, I don't know it off the top of my head, but most of the time it's people you know and you think you can trust. So that would make the allegory a bit more, make it a bit more scarier, I guess. I guess that does kind of apply with Melina a bit, but she did end up being on their side in the end. And it does apply to Red Guardian a bit because he was working with Dreykov, at the start, and the whole lie of the family at the start, that kind of ties into that a bit. And I really liked Yelena's scene when they were at the dinner table and how Melina was kind of bragging almost about the brain control technology, and Yelena was kind of having this breakdown of she idolized her time in Ohio so much, and then she realizes, the mission they were there for, what was what led to her being mind controlled and all of the pain and suffering that come from that. So she idolizes this time so much that it led to so much pain. It was a really great moment. That was a great realization. I feel like they could have even played up that twist a bit even more, I do feel like this movie was misplaced, though. It doesn't make much sense for it to be released now. It seems like mainly the purpose of the movie is to set up Yelena, but they could have done this before. They could have released this right after Civil War, and it would have been exactly the same apart from the end credit scene. And I think it would have been much better to have this movie be the first female-led MCU movie rather than Captain Marvel, because it's a character that we all know as well. We had some time to get used to them and to know Nat, rather than introducing a whole new character and it having to be like an introductory origin story. I think I would have liked it better if all of the other widows got free through their own action rather than through being freed by Yelena and the gas. Because Nat got out by her own action, her head butting against the thing, and her own intelligence. That's how she overcame this control from him. But that's not how the others did it. I don't know, I feel like that kind of muddies the allegory a bit there. So overall, I enjoyed it. I feel like it broke away from your typical Marvel movie a bit, but there was still some kind of formulaic elements. I really liked some of the tone of it. I feel like it felt more like a Russo brothers type MCU movie than it did some of the funnier stuff. There were still jokes in here, but the jokes didn't ruin any of the tension. And one thing I liked is it does apply to Dreykov, but not kind of the other male characters. A lot of time for movies, when they're trying to be kind of empowering for women, they make the main characters very one-dimensional or make them very stupid. They did make Red Guardian kind of stupid, but it didn't feel forced. And then there was, her friend, I think it was Ben, who was like the supplier. He wasn't just like super one-dimensional. It wasn't like all of the men in the movie were kind of evil and stupid, you know what I mean? Dreykov was very one-dimensional and evil, but there were other characters there to kind of balance it out. It didn't feel as forced as something like that Charlie's Angels reboot. Yeah, there was still some great action here and some good emotional moments, and we got a bit more depth for some of the characters. I do feel like there is almost something lost now that we know what the Red Room was and where it was, and we have a bit more about Budapest. There's still that bit of mystery with what happened with Nat and Clint at Budapest, because we never actually see it, but we have a bit more of a glimpse into it now. But part of the fun is the mystery of that a bit, So overall, I enjoyed it. I don't think it was anything groundbreaking for the MCU. It's probably like your middle tier or just above middle. There's nothing offensive about it, but nothing phenomenal about it as well, So yeah, thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, be sure to leave a like or a comment. And if you're interested, subscribe so you keep up to date for all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.